And coming to you today from Portland, Oregon, on the banks of the beautiful Willamette River. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. And let's check out a breakdown, looking at some stats for Harden.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, Damian Lillard is not just the best player on the Blazers, he's the team's unquestioned leader. But he said leadership is not all about talking. It's about letting others hold you accountable, too. Being coachable and committing to a common purpose. For him, guys, being a leader doesn't mean he puts himself above his teammates.
I like that story, David, and a good attitude. Great job. Thank you so much. Clark, we have a big-time matchup with the big men down low tonight.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, you're going to see both teams double these guys because they're just too hard to handle. Otherwise, they'll have to do their work and make their decisions quickly.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Tucker and Capella are up front, and it's McLemore at the small forward position. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Whiteside in at the 5, roaming the paint. And it's going to be the Trailblazers off the tip. McCollum with the ball, coming off a solid outing against Indiana. He sinks the 11-footer. McCollum's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for Portland.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Now here's Anthony. Not a lot of room. Here's Whiteside. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Yeah, and the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
Now here's Westbrook. From 10 feet out, it's hauled in by the Trailblazers. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, you know, game balls all around in that one. A terrific team effort. They trusted in their system and executed well to get the win.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Now here's McCollum, and we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. Lillard against Westbrook. No good that time.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Westbrook against Anthony. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. They get Russell Westbrook.
And, you know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player, guys. A bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release, an elite scorer.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. So Anthony nails both of them.
Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well. You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far. No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
Lob pass to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
He's a high percentage scorer for a reason now. Capella, an alley-oop specialist.
And Clark, part of it for D'Antoni is that he is delegating defensive duties.
Yeah, and I like that, Kevin. He's made sure to have a defensive coordinator on his staff delegating that role and responsibility. He thinks and knows that his team is better off that way.
For Houston, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Here's Westbrook. It's good. This game is all even. Westbrook's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
Right side up top. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Capella. Westbrook scanning the floor from deep. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside Ariza. Over McLemore. Ariza no luck.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
McLemore, the pass to Tucker. From 11 feet away, it's not going to go for him. Now Portland takes it the other way. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And that one was all about offensive execution, running your plays, picking your spots.
Yeah, you know, not deviating from the game plan is critical. You got to trust in the system.
Outside Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. Clark right around the halfway mark, and some players starting to feel a little bit beat up, taking those bumps and bruises. Is it hard to decide which injuries to play through versus the ones that make you sit and miss a game?
You know, I don't think so. If you're a younger player, it may be a little more difficult, but as you've spent time in the league, you know your body. You understand what's an ache and a pain and something you can play with, or an injury that really hampers you. So I think as you mature in the league, it becomes much easier to know what's an injury and what's something that you can work through.
That word tolerance becomes pretty important, doesn't it?
Yeah, and everybody's a little different in that regard, Kevin. Some guys have a high tolerance, others have a low or moderate. But again, it's about knowing your body.
So here's Westbrook following the basket by C.J. McCollum, and play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Now here's Lillard. He's another guy who had a stellar performance in that win against Indiana. Passes to Ariza. Clock at 6. It's stolen by Capella. And here we go. Fast break. McLemore's got it. The 3. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist from McLemore. And that's 10 points for Russell Westbrook.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Lillard from outside. Rebounded by Tucker. And it's Harden with the ball for Houston. Pass to Westbrook. Tries a 3. They get it again. Capella. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Hey, you got to put a body on Capella. I mean, he's a tenacious offensive rebounder and does a nice job using his body.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. And with Clint Capella, it's easy to see what an important piece of this team he is.
Yeah, it really is, guys, because when he's off the floor, there's a clear difference in how his team plays. I mean, he fits in so well and gives the Rockets exactly what they need, finishing at the rim out of pick and rolls, and then a terrific rim protector as well.
Daniel House has checked in for Ben McLemore. And a quick check now. The NBA's top rebounders. In the third spot, Hassan Whiteside. The fourth spot held by Clint Capella.
Guys, we're lucky to get to watch two of the leading rebounders on the same court here today.
Here's Anthony. Last game out, he had 14. And that one's good. Lillard.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. Houston now working with the new shot clock. Tries yet again. And Whiteside sends it back.
And Whiteside takes great pride in rejecting shots. Outstanding at getting his arms up and denying shooters.
Now here's McCollum. 6 points for him. The teardrop falls in. McCollum's got 8 points.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Puts it up from 12. It's deflected.
A rare rejection that time from Tucker. Using that long reach, though, and times it perfectly.
Outside Westbrook. Over McCollum. Westbrook missing again. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. McCollum passes to Ariza. The shot misses. And Houston the other way now. Here's Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
Man, you got to admire how easily Westbrook takes over games. I mean, an offensive juggernaut who is tenacious when it comes to scoring.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 8. The pass to Lillard. To the paint. Here's Whiteside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And it had been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade. A chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point totals just continue to rise.
And you know what? I attribute the point totals continuing to rise to a couple of things. One, the volume of three-point shots that are being taken. And I think teams are playing at a little faster pace universally. You don't see as much walking the ball up the floor as I think you may have seen in years past.
Houston's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Here is House. What a tremendous game he played against Utah. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Whiteside. Down low, here's Azania, and the layup's good off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
And being that he's 6'8", Hazonia is really a menace inside. He gets his shot up easily in the paint area.
Rivers dishes to Gordon. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Here's Simons. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for Whiteside. First in blocks, third in rebounding, and he's in the top 10 in field goal percentage. Really able to power his way to the bucket and finish through contact.
He has been a human highlight reel all season long. Clearly the best shot blocker in the game right now, and he has the numbers to back it up. Now here's Gordon. He definitely had a good game in their win against the Jazz.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Swanigan's checked in. Pass to Rivers. Chandler. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Hezonja. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Boy, it is not easy trying to stop Hezonja. Even when he gets hit, he finds a way to muscle through that contact.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Trailblazers?
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
On the free throw, no good.
Boy, Hezonja, gotta love him. I mean, he's a fantastic two-guard with great size.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now here's Rivers. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
5 on the clock. And there's the call on Chandler. That's his first foul. The Blazers on offense. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Pass to Trent. Here's Simons. A baseline J. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And not sure what you can do with a guy like that. With his handles, he can just take defenders to school.
Now here's Rivers. T right on him. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
There's 1:38 left in the first quarter. Swanigan kicks to Hezonja. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And the shifty Hezonja now, he's tricky and crafty. That unpredictable playing style gives him an advantage on his drives.
Now here's Rivers. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Simons. Pass to Trent. And here's Little. Here's Trent. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Over Gordon, and Portland again with the bucket. Rockets trail by 8. Now here's Rivers. Outside Gordon. Beyond the arc. Swanigan pulls it in. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. 35 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now the pass to Simons. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's House. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there. Now Hezonja. He's got 6. From deep. And so the first quarter is in the books. Trailblazers out in front. They lead by 6. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about their key to winning.
It's all about not making mistakes, getting rebounds, and getting good stops to really push the pace up. And I think when we do that, we always are at our best.
And Greg, nowadays it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heels.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
So on the floor for Houston, Rivers and Gordon make the backcourt. Chandler out there with Cephalosha, and it's House in at the small forward. And so here is Houston, trailing by 4. Outside Gordon. 18 feet out, and Houston again with the bucket.
And Gordon's so efficient as a scorer, especially from the mid-range where he's almost automatic.
Here's Simons. He's guarded by Rivers. Pass to Azania. Lets it go from deep. And no good that time. And the Rockets take it the other way. Now here's Rivers. Tight defense on him. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Passes it to Trent. Here's Simons. He's guarded by Rivers. Simons, the pass to Hazania. And a miss there on the triple.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Here's Gordon. They swipe it. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. And finished off by Hazonia.
Blazing speed in the open floor. Hazonia sprinting well down the court and being rewarded for that effort.
Rivers passes to Cephalosha, and he uses the glass on the layup. Cephalosha's got his first bucket of the night.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can, Kevin. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
And too much time in the lane, they get called for the 3-second violation. The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in, and a change for the Rockets. McLemore's checked in for Thabo Cephalosha. Portland leading by 4. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Simons. Chandler with the block.
And how about the basketball IQ of Chandler? Just knows exactly when to sky and commit to blocking shots. No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And the basket by McCollum.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And you talk about shot makers, C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game from mid-range. You could argue he's the best, flat out.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
To the inside. And finished off by Hazonia.
Boy, and the bounceability of Hazonia. Man, he's incredible as a leaper. A great dunker when given room to launch.
And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
Puts it up. And Portland again with the bucket.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Right here.
Gordon against McCollum. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Gordon.
Yep, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Pass to Hazania. Got a piece of it. Swanigan. He can't hit that time. Nice D from Chandler. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for Houston. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Well, it's really hard to stop them when they're in a groove offensively, and they were in a comfort zone all game long in that one.
And the basket is good.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
McCollum with the ball. 12 points for him. And it's Houston on the break. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from House. Portland's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Now a timeout called by Portland. A lot of guys like to shoot off the dribble, but Clark, there are some that really are better at it, shooting off that catch in the NBA.
Yeah, and who do you have in mind, Kevin? I got a couple of names that I'm thinking about. What about you?
Well, I'm thinking Klay Thompson, because that backcourt is so prolific, and he's been so great at that, and that's kind of been his trademark.
Yeah, it has been. Redick would be another guy.
Yes, another good
that
one.
I think that would come to mind. And even though he's later in his career now, but Kyle Korver, one of the very best we've had in the league at shooting off the catch.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Caleb Swanigan. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Hazania. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Little. And Lillard subbed in for Anfernee Simmons. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Chandler. P.J. Tucker comes in for Danuel House. James Harden, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Austin Rivers. Shot clock at 2. Ariza. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Rockets trail. A floater, and that one's good. Westbrook's got 14 points.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Westbrook against Lillard. From 12 feet out. That's good on the jump shot. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
And they're moving it up. Ariza has the open look. The rebound by Harden.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
That's well done there. I mean, don't even give him a chance to get to the block. Get in tight and finish at the rim.
Westbrook with the block. And Harden with the basket on the assist from McLemore. Harden's got the lead up to 2 now for the Rockets. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Rockets.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Outside Westbrook. Lets it fly. And that one hits back iron. Portland's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Lillard looking around. Ariza goes in. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Capella.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And it's easy to see why a team would want Ariza on their roster. Makes the right decisions, mentors young players, and is well respected throughout the league.
The Trailblazers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Trevor Ariza.
The well-seasoned Ariza continues to make a difference. I mean, this veteran is a reliable scorer and a quality defender.
Both free throws good from Trevor Ariza. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA, and then I digested all kinds of books and stories about him and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong. He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
They get the rebound. The Rockets shooting straight 49% from the field. Harden against Ariza. Harden, no good.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets, using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
1 shot.
The free throw drops for Lillard.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Let's quickly now take a peek at the league leaders in blocks. Hassan Whiteside on top.
What an intimidator he is in the paint. I mean, he shot to the top of that leaderboard, and nobody feels comfortable putting a shot up around him right now.
And here's Westbrook. 18 points for him. The pass to Harden. It's good from long range. Harden's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, the range of Harden deserves a lot of respect because his form is really almost perfect. He's never off balance when he shoots the three-point shot. He's always got his legs under it.
Now here's Westbrook, averaging 26 points a game, night in and night out, always a factor.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
Lillard misses. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Harden's shot is good. Harden's got the lead up to 4 now for the Rockets.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
I know there's some teams out there that would prefer to just shoot their way out of a slump, but, you know, getting a few to drop from in close or inside the arc is often a good way to get your whole offense going.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Now, here's Lillard. 9 points in the game so far. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. 1:09 left to play in the first half. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. And look now at a few years' worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Harden.
The drop in his assists over the past few years have made him more of a one-dimensional player offensively. He needs to get that passing element back in his game, and that'll make life a lot more difficult for opposing defense.
Now Anthony following the three-point attempt by C.J. McCollum. Can they get it? Anthony, and Capella sends it back.
This is the real strength of Capella's game now. Outstanding at using his length and athleticism to block shots.
And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his first foul. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Trent checked in. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for the Rockets. Outside Westbrook. Pass to Sefolosha. 6 on the shot clock. Harden outside. From outside, off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 6. Lillard outside. Ariza outside. Unloads. Offensive rebound. Good work defensively by Capella. And so it's Houston with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, it's been a grinded-out game. What have you seen from your team so far?
Well, we're competing. You know, neither team's really shooting the ball that well, but both teams are playing hard.
Energy always leads to good results. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He had 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
So Westbrook, talk about a guy who does everything for his team. He's the catalyst on offense, a ferocious finisher. Then defensively, he has all the tools to disrupt anything you do on the offensive end.
Looking at Portland, Shaq, your thoughts?
I think it was their passing that's kept them in the game. You can see it in their assist numbers. They were very, very unselfish. The ball moving from side to side. Guys making good cuts, It's enabled them to create a lot of chances. As long as they stay on the same page and keep working together, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony. And it's Whiteside in at the 5 down low. But they'll get another chance. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Here's McCollum. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. McCollum's got 14 points for the game.
A natural score. Give McCollum any room to get his shot off, and he's going to let it fly.
The Rockets again can't hit.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Westbrook against Lillard. Over Westbrook. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Harden with it. Now defended by McCollum. Harden gets the bucket.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Here's McCollum. 14 points for him. Misses the 3.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Harden on the wing. He's guarded by McCollum. Harden against McCollum. Here's Capella. Lays it up and banks it in. He has 6.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now, here's Lillard. 9 points in the game so far.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Westbrook. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Anthony, the pass to Ariza. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for Westbrook. Putting up 26 points per, 7 assists, and 8 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Trevor Ariza. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Outside Westbrook. And here's Harden for 3. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 3rd assist on the night.
First 3 of the half, 2nd of the game. Can he heat up?
Now here's McCollum. He's got 14. Down low. The shot that time not on target. Westbrook with the nice D there.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
And with all the accolades that James Harden has accumulated in his career, Clark, the one thing missing is a championship ring.
And, you know, there's no guarantees for however great you are individually that you'll win a championship. We've got a lot of great players that weren't able to get that done. But, you know, when you think about it, that's one thing that's keeping him from being in the all-time great shooting guard conversation in the eyes of some. Team success is critically important. Championships add to your resume, but I think at the end of the day, when you maximize your individual contributions, that should be worth something in terms of your recognition and accolades.
And the first one at the line is good.
McCollum's carved out an impressive NBA career for himself, and I think he's still ascending. He was the 10th pick in the 2013 NBA draft. He's still got plenty of upside.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Swanigan, he's checked in for Whiteside. Mario Hezonja comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Little in for Trevor Ariza. Both shots good from the stripe.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Houston.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Harden. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. 7th in scoring, 19th in blocks. And he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And you noted it, his points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. Here's Westbrook, following the score by Damian Lillard. From beyond the arc, and again it's the Rockets from deep.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
Now here's McCollum. 16 points for him. Nobody near Lillard. And he can't answer back the three-pointer offline.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
And here's McCollum, following Russell Westbrook's three. McCollum finds Lillard. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. They get Russell Westbrook.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Houston.
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
And the first one drops. Simons, he's checked in for Portland. And a change for the Rockets. Rivers checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Tipped away and stolen by Lillard. Here's Simons. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on James Harden. He misses the free throw. Houston making a switch here. Chandler's checked in. He hits the second from the line. Rockets leading by 9. Rivers kicks to Gordon. High arcing shot. Portland grabs the miss. Lillard outside. Passes it to Simons. Back to Lillard. And Capella sends it back. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Simons. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Simons has got 5 points so far.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Now here's Rivers. He's got 6. Here's House. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. He's got 6.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Simons, the pass to Lillard. Over Rivers. Lillard misses.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
And the basket by Gordon.
And Gordon doing a nice job measuring these inside shots well. I mean, has a solid, quick release pretty much from anywhere on the floor.
Here's Simons. He's got 5. Pass to Swanigan. Lillard against Rivers. Lillard again missing.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
It's stolen by Little. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Rivers surveying the D. Gordon dishes to Rivers. Back to Gordon. Shoots it. Here's Capella. That shot is off. Now Portland takes it the other way. Lillard attacking. No good. Gordon with the defensive effort.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Well, Eric Gordon is the kind of player that you absolutely do not go under on a screen. He'll pull up from deep.
Yeah, he's got great range, and you watch the former Hoosier shoot, and you see how much he uses his legs. Gordon's liable to take a shot from any distance in the gym. I mean, he's got that kind of range. And his form is very efficient, and his confidence is sky high.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
And Portland making a change here. Trent's checked in, and he makes both free throws.
And, you know, when Gordon is healthy, he's extremely effective. I mean, he's a high-motor player who strokes it well from deep, actually strokes it well from everywhere.
Here's Simons. He's got 5. Cephalosha with the steal. Outside Westbrook. Lob pass to Capella. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 19 rebounds. Here's Simons. He's covered by Westbrook. They need this one. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Westbrook, no good. Trailblazers trail by 15. Poked loose and stolen by Gordon. 3 on 3. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Here's Swanigan. Shot clock at 6. Lasagna, the pass to Trent. Oh, good on the 3.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
Outside Westbrook. The 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Little's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. There's the pass to Trent. Here's Simons. He's covered by Westbrook. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And the first one drops. Whiteside's checked in for Caleb Swanigan. Both good from the line that time. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. He dishes it to Westbrook. Three-pointer on the way. A putback. And it's put back up and in by Capella. Capella's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Excellent awareness of where to be on the offensive boards. He did it with great positioning.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And a boon it was for the Rockets to be able to keep Clint Capella. A great fit with the team and gives them exactly what they need on the interior.
Statistically speaking, let's see where the Rockets sit right now.
And you talk about scoring. Tough to beat a team that can fill it up at all levels. Every time you get a bucket, they're coming right back at you with one of their own.
Trailblazers trail by 15. And Greg Capella, who was taken near the end of the first round back in 2014 in the draft, has developed well during his time with Houston.
And Capella's game has really taken off in the last few seasons. He looks to be a double-double machine for this team for the next handful of years, and that is exactly what they need.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
First one falls for him. Greg, let's take a look at Nasir Little. More power and athleticism at this point than skill, wouldn't you say?
I mean, no doubt. As an amateur, he could rely on the physical gifts to dominate. But in the NBA, you have to be able to shoot and handle with confidence. I think Little will get there because he has a tremendous work ethic.
No good on the second free throw. Houston leading by 14. Lob pass to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
And now it's Westbrook running. He can go all the way and finish off by Westbrook.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful.
Virtually impossible to top that alley-oop.
Now here's Gordon. He's got 10. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Chance now to check out the NBA's most efficient scorers. The 4th spot held by Clint Capella.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
First free throw is good. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Rockets. Ben McLemore comes in for Cephalosha. All free throws good from Eric Gordon.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Anthony. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And Westbrook, here we go. And the dunk by Westbrook.
Man, I tell you what, one of the things I love about Westbrook is the ferocity with which he attacks the rack. When he's driving inside, he's trying to punish the defender and the basket.
Ariza passes to Simons. Back to Ariza. Portland moving the ball around. Whiteside finds McCollum. 6 to shoot. Portland needs to get off a shot. Here's Simons. The shot comes out, and Houston the other way now. Pass to Ariza. Here's Simons. Dishes to McCollum. Pass to Simons. Shot, high post. Rebounded by Capella.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Westbrook, no good. Trailblazers trail by 20. Simons, the pass to McCollum.
Kick it out! Kick it out!
From deep three-point range, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Houston on top, ending the third quarter with a huge surge, an 18-5 run. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Taking a look at the Rockets, Tucker and Capella are up front. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. And it's McLemore in at the 3 spot. Now here's McCollum. Rebounded by Capella. Outside Westbrook. Clark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent, and how much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic.
Wow.
Because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. Many can work really hard and not be NBA caliber. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line.
Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And that's now 33 points for Russell Westbrook.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
Now here's Anthony. And Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Lillard's checked in. On defense, the Rockets, they lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. And that one's good, Anthony. Fourth quarter just getting started, 1 minute in the books. Harden against McCollum. This one for 3. Harden's shot is off.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Anthony kicks to Lillard. Pass to Whiteside. Harden against McCollum. Shoots from the elbow. Here's Whiteside. Up and in on the layup.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating. I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Now here's Westbrook. Shoots over Lillard. Westbrook, no good. And here's Whiteside. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points.
You know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Outside Westbrook. Lob pass to Capella. No good on that one.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Poked away. To the middle. Here's Westbrook. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And here are the Trailblazers now, following the score by Houston. They retain possession. McCollum passes to Whiteside. Had the space there, but it's offline. Houston leading by 19. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
You know, we talk about Harden's skill set, which is superb, but there's no quit in this guy. He's got a great competitive spirit. And even when you bang him and bump into him, he just muscles through that and says, play on.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good, James Harden. And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
Fans are always trying to distract opposing players during free throws. Have you ever seen that work in an arena?
No, I think it's just a nice workout for the fans, Kevin, quite honestly. I mean, if a guy misses, it's not because the fans have gone crazy behind the basket. It's because he shot it left or right or short or long. It's not because of the fans being on top of him, at least in my opinion.
Right. That free throw good from Lillard. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Now Westbrook puts up a three. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound. Anthony's got his fourth rebound in this one. McCollum dishes to Whiteside. Lillard, right side. Outside Anthony. 5 on the clock, and a wide open look for McCollum. Those three-pointers off the mark. Rockets leading by 19 points. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. The Rockets again can't hit. And for Portland, they're shooting at 37% for the game. And that one's good, Anthony.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
Now, here's Westbrook. And the pass to McLemore. With some arc, and it's good on the way in. And the Rockets lead by 19.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Three-pointer, Lillard knocks down the three ball. Lillard's got 22 points.
You can really see that his confidence is at a high level here in this half. He didn't have a three in the first.
For three, Westbrook. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Yeah, that's a head scratcher there. I don't know how he could think that's a good shot. That's not who they want out there jacking up threes.
Here's McLemore, dishes to Westbrook, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Westbrook's got 7 points for the quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
From deep, Harden. That shot, no good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Lets it go with a three. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Ariza. And that's 11 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Outside Westbrook. He tries for three. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss.
You know, he's just chucking it up from distance this quarter. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you better make them.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Here's Westbrook following the score by Trevor Ariza. And Westbrook, here we go. Here's Capella. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Here's Lillard. It's good, and the Rocket lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Ariza.
Poise is so important for any player, but Ariza demonstrating poise when he's in the paint, looking to score.
Here's Harden, and yes, it's good. Harden's got 12 points here in the second half.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Now here's McCollum. Here's Whiteside. And the jam by Whiteside.
And Hassan Whiteside in this deep, forget about it, Kevin. I mean, he's great at getting inside and finishing with force.
Outside Westbrook. And he banks in the layup. Westbrook's got 39.
Well, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Three-pointer, Lillard. It's rebounded by Houston.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Harden on the wing. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Harden's got 8 points in the quarter.
Love the speed with which Harden gets his shot off, timing his release beautifully off the pass. Nice stuff.
It's McCollum on the wing. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Mario Hezonja's checked in for the Trailblazers. And a switch here also for Houston. Daniel House is checked in for McLemore. Rockets on defense. It's a 16-point game. Again, McCollum missing.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And he's good on the three ball. McCollum's got 19 points.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Here's Westbrook. And Whiteside sends it back. Lillard with it. And here is Hezonja. Now, here's Lillard. Shoots from 12. Count it. Lillard's got 15 points in just the second half.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Capella with the bucket.
When Capella plays with force inside, watch out. I like his intensity.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
Now here's Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
How about Lillard just being aggressive here on offense? He can heat up quickly, just super efficient, and a high IQ score.
Here's Westbrook. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Lillard outside. Teardrop shot. It's Harden with the drive, and Harden with the stuff.
I've got a word for Harden. It's indefatigable. Say that real fast, which basically means he's tireless. Even when he's carrying the whole offense, he's got great energy and stamina.
Here's Lillard following the score by Houston. Kazanya's shot is off. And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Rockets. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Harden against McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And the shot goes down. Harden's got 12 now in this quarter.
And, you know, if you give Harden daylight to shoot from the mid-range, he'll take it. Can't give him any room, mid-range or 3, but mostly mid-range.
Now, here's Lillard. Stolen by Westbrook.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Rockets.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well, a big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
Greg, they've got one more game left against them, and there's no doubt they'll use this as a jumping-off point to take another game off them later in the year. At least that's the plan.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Russell Westbrook.
Well, you have to marvel at how well he picked apart that defense repeatedly. Found the right guy in the right spot at the right time.
Lillard against Westbrook. Whiteside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Free throw, good, Whiteside.
You know, guys, you've got to give much respect to the length of Whiteside. I mean, he's a hulking 7-footer who takes a lot of pride in being the defensive anchor for this team.
And both free throws good from Whiteside. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Gordon. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. James, congrats on the win. What got it done for you at the end tonight?
Just being aggressive. I told my guys on the court that we had to make a run, and it had to be a good one. Defensively, we did a pretty good job down the stretch. We got some shots to fall, and came with the victory.
Great play tonight, James. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.